Are we live? Finally? Are we? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's 2:03. We have 2 minutes before I hit the first 20-minute section. I was panicking right there, freaking out a little bit because I don't know why the spinner thingy just kept saying loading, loading, going live for 3 minutes. And I'm over here like, what's happening? I guess it wouldn't be a Wednesday WIP knockout without there being something, right? I mean, like, I guess hopefully, fingers crossed, that is the only something we encounter today, because I've tried to do all of the things. It's 2:04. I'm watching the clock because I jump right onto our first section right at 2:05 to make sure all those replay people that we are on the ball with these Wednesday WIP knockouts. But you may notice that my camera angle is more full today. I'm not on my phone. I am on my digital camera because I just really wanted to have this view opposed to the vertical view for my replays. I just really like this view so much more. And to make sure that I didn't have any camera overheating issues, I have the window open and I turned the heater off. So hopefully, it's cold outside. We're in the 40s today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. But so hopefully the camera doesn't overheat. Got a fresh new battery in there. I'm watching the clock like a hawk. And now I have that angle. But of course, like, for whatever reason, my internet just had to be like, we're gonna mess with you. It is 2:05. We are jumping right into session number 1. Sorry for not giving you guys the full 5-minute like prep that I usually give you. If you are brand new here to these Wednesday WIP knockouts, please say something in the comments, in the chat. Say, this is my first time watching a Wednesday WIP knockout, or just making it to a live. I saw that I have one person in particular that is like, this is my first time actually seeing it live, which is incredible. So excited for you to be here and that you made it. Wednesday WIP knockouts are alive with a lot of purpose and intention. What I've noticed is a lot of us have an excessive amount of WIPs, works in progress, started around our home. It has created some stress for people, just the accumulation of things that we start and can't seem to finish. And then we get that guilt thinking, oh my gosh, if I work on this project that I started a long time ago, what am I going to have to sacrifice in my time for in order to do that? I have this new mantra that I'm living by. I have an app. This is not sponsored, but I would love it if they did sponsor me. That would be fantastic. There's an app that I have on my phone that I've been using for years now, and I've touched on a little bit here and there over the years during my lives. It's called the Fabulous app, and it's just kind of like a goal setting. It sets certain tasks and life goals that you want to make happen. And their philosophy is tiny steps repeated regularly over time leads to success in that thing. Just taking something large and shrinking it down to something so small that it seems silly not to do it. That's how you make the forward progress, and just constantly try to make some kind of forward progress in that something, and you will eventually reach your goal. And I was like, how can I like translate that into crochet, and to help me with my own issue with WIPs, help other people that are having issues with their their works in progress, their WIPs around their home. And I was like, what would be fantastic? Making a live where we have 3 20-minute sessions. You bring 3 projects to the table, or if you're somebody who likes to work on just one project at a time, just bring your one project. And then every 20 minutes, I want you to focus on your project. Don't even look at the screen. Don't look at me. Just look down. And I am going to be giving you something to listen to. I'm going to be just kind of entertaining you while you are hyper focusing on your project, making that forward progress, trying to chisel away at your project. And eventually 20 minutes every week on this one project, you finish it and you feel like you didn't have to sacrifice anything else because it was just 20 minutes. And it's incredible how like all of a sudden it's done and you're like, cleaned that off the plate, and now I have the ability to let that project go on to its next destination, whether you're donating it, if it's a gift for somebody, if it's just for you and you were using yarn that you love and we're so excited to use. Now you have finished that project. You can use it for its purpose. You've cleared a space off of your shelf for new yarn, new inspirations, and you can just kind of keep things rotating and you're not feeling the stress. Again, so many tutorials every single week are so inspiring and so exciting, and we want to jump on so many things that we couldn't possibly finish, and then we start all these things. What I'm trying to do every week with you is give you space, give you an opportunity to start clearing off your plate a little bit and helping with your stress level, helping like get that anxiety down a little bit, and doing this together. I'm so excited. So again, you do have me live right now. And if you have a question you would like some help with or I could answer, you can just pop something in the chat. Please start that question with a couple question marks. So as I am quickly scanning through the chat, trying to find these questions, it's just a good cue for me to be like, oh, there's a question. If you have a question that's time sensitive, like you really would like that answered like right away, I do have super chats and super stickers turned on today. I go kind of like 50-50. Sometimes I have my super chat, super stickers turned on, and that is located right next to the comment bar. If you look next to the comment bar, you'll see a little $sign. If you click on that, it opens up all these stickers and all of these little like post things. If you select one of those, the proceeds just go back to my channel, and I thank you so much for supporting my channel, lifting everything up, and like really just keeping it going. I really appreciate those so much. Also, when a super chat, super sticker is selected, it pops up on my screen, and me and my ADHD, I'm like, oh, new shiny thing, and I instantly see it. I'll instantly answer your question and give that attention. Sometimes I will have the super chat, super stickers turned off and substituted for a fundraiser. I love to use these Wednesday WIP knockouts as an opportunity to lift up charities, nonprofit organizations, locations that are really just trying their hardest to make this world a better place. And I just feel like this is a great opportunity for me to shine a little spotlight on them and just, bring a little awareness to those and to organizations. I love doing that, and I do what I can. Okay, so we have 14 minutes left of session number 1. What you will notice throughout today and every Wednesday WIP knockout, I want you to focus on your project. I want you to look down and not look at the screen. So I will be letting you know how much time is on the timer periodically, so that way you have an idea of how much more time is in each section. If you're new here, the way this live is structured is we have an opening where we gather our materials and get set ready. Then we have our first 20-minute section where you can work on your first project. Then there's a 5-minute transition, then our second 20-minute section, and then we will do a crocheter stretch, or it's really just a stretch, but because we're crocheters, I call it a crocheter stretch. And then we will jump into session 3, and that is our last session of the day, and it always feels like it goes so fast. We are not doing a giveaway today. So if you were coming hoping that there would be a new giveaway, I do love to give to you. I love to give back. And these Wednesday WIP knockouts are a perfect opportunity for me to do tiny little giveaways, just kind of spread some love and give back to my community, you guys. But it's not always gonna pop up. Today in particular, I am hyper focused on my crochet club membership over on my website. Today, we are doing our Valentine's Day crochet contest, where there's a bunch of entries. People in the membership, they had the opportunity to crochet something and enter it into the contest. And tonight, we are going to be voting on 2 winners. The project that has the most amount of pink, most shades of pink, and the project that has the most hearts incorporated in the project. So fun. It's just an opportunity for people of all levels to feel like they can feel included and make something. It also is my way of helping to give people an excuse to make projects that they wouldn't normally make because they always talk themselves out of it. Like, I would never have that around my home. I don't know who I'd give that to. It's really cute. Love to make it, but I just have no reason to make it. Well, this is me giving you that reason so you can have that opportunity to crochet something different and something that you wanted to for a while. Okay. 11 minutes and 25 seconds left of session number 1. Now that I've kind of given the lowdown of how this live will go, given you an idea of what's going on and a couple updates right there. Let you know that you can ask me questions. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through the chat and look for those question marks. FYI, if I go through and I didn't see your question, just ask it again. I don't want to miss anybody's question. And after these lives, I do go back and sift through the chat a little more thoroughly to see if I did miss anything. And if I find a question that I missed, I'll bring it to next week. I'll write it down and I will bring an answer to next week. Cool. And if I also don't have much if I run out of things to talk about, I do have talking points that I can throw out there so that way I can keep talking and you can keep looking down and working. All right. Okay, while I'm going through here, I just want to offer a huge thank you for being here today. I know it's in the middle of a week. It's in the middle of the day. Some of you are at work. Some of you are just here to hang out, and that's awesome. I just want to thank you so much for making time today to be here. Also, if you don't feel like crocheting, I've had people with like they've lost their crojo. So they come here and they color or they do chores or they're working on different tasks while they're here. Use your 20 minutes however you want to use your 20 minutes. It's for you to do whatever you want with it. Okay, Brittany says, are you into, I saw that conversation. See, I get FOMO so bad. I look at the chat and I like see conversations. I'm like, well, what you talking about over there? Like, like FOMO. That was a conversation between Brittany and Sharon. I caught that before we went live. We got 9 minutes and 15 seconds left of session number 1. Bluegrass is cool. Love your name so much. Question mark says, hello, Tiffany. Oh, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Any updates on when your pillow cover is coming out? I'd like to get one of the pillows, but would like to hold off buying one until the cover comes out. I love the question. Thank you so much for asking. And honestly, I'm flattered that you guys remember. So the Volare team and myself have actually just recently met up on the update on the Volare pillow crafter cover prototype. And it's been quite a learning curve, educational process, especially for me, seeing how the conversations, the back and forths in creating a prototype of something being made. It's fascinating to me as I'm a creative. So my creative brain has like ideas just going everywhere. I can be imaginative. I can have an open mind. I'm a creative. And that's actually a term, a creative. And then there's also, what's the other name? More of an analytical, business-minded, numbers type of person. So you got the dreamer and you've got the realist. So I would consider myself a dreamer in the sense that I'm a creative, but I am at times grounded. I just have tons of ideas and I need someone to like reel me in sometimes. I didn't realize that a lot of prototype creators are not creative. They want you to give them every specific little detail, and they just it feels like there's not a lot of imagination there, and so it's like we get our notes, we send our notes to the prototype people, they make something and we get it back and we're like, what, why'd you do that? Like, what, why did you do that? And so we'll make new notes and we'll send it back. And we just had a meeting where we all were on a video call and I could verbalize like my ideas, what I envisioned, and my hope, fingers crossed, is that it's coming within the month or max 2 months. We really want to get that pillow cover out last month. Like we wanted to be out already. And so it really should be, gosh, with hopefully within February is my goal. I need to touch base with them. Actually, I'm going to write a note just to put more emphasis on myself to do so. Just to check the update on that cover, because I know that it is something that we want to launch like ASAP because it's so cool. I'm writing a note. La 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 la. La la la. Like my sounds. I'm so grateful for you asking. Thank you so much. I'm excited that you're looking forward to it as well. I'm quick scanning for any question marks, quick scanning. La la la. I see a lot of chatting. I hope I'm not missing anything. Again, if you have a question, you've got me here. You've got me here. And I see a lot of people I want to do shout outs to. Hello, Mary. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Racine. Welcome, Virginia. Hi, Fran. Hi, Stacy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, looking for those question marks. La, la, la. Got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left of session number 1. What is a WIP? Audrey asks. Great question. And a lot of people don't know this. So WIP stands for works in progress or work in progress. So that's like a project that you currently have on your crochet hook. That's a work in progress. And we just call it a WIP for short. There's a lot of plays on the term. It can be fun, but that's what that means. La la la. Question marks, quick scan, quick scan. Is it weird that like I feel self-conscious reading on screen because I'm somebody, I read really slow. I read with intention and I read like I hyper process everything that I read. So I read every individual word and I read slow. And I think it's because I just like take in the information so hard. And so quick scanning, it's like, people watching me read. Like I've seen lives before where it's like you just watch somebody just quiet and reading and you're like, okay. All right. So I don't know if I missed anybody else, but the next question that starts with a bunch of question marks is from Feather Song Crochet, which I love the name so much. Thank you so much for being here. Says, hi, what's your advice for growing a YouTube channel? Awesome question. Thank you so much for asking me. So there's a lot of tips that I can share. First tip is consistency. I actually feel personally that is a big reason why I am where I'm at is I have uploaded a video a week every week for 5 years. And in the beginning, when I first started, I was uploading 2 videos a week, every week, but quickly realized that was hard for me to maintain that level. There's been a lot of change, fluctuation. You listen to your audience and you hear them out. You have experiences. You find out what works and what doesn't work. You gotta just keep trying new things and find your groove. I feel like there is so much room on YouTube for crochet content creators because there's so many different topics to cover that 1 to 100, 1,000 channels couldn't possibly cover everything. I mean, it's crazy how many different avenues, different pockets, different topics, different approach styles that you can take it. Um, and so, and also like everybody is different. And there's people that don't like my style. And so, but somebody else they really like. So having somebody doing the exact same content will be received differently depending on like how the person watches you. So try to be consistent. Another thing is try to write a list. I've heard this before. Write a list of 100 different video topics that you can think of in your mind that you could make. How do you want your channel to be? Do you want it to be more vloggy style? Do you want it to be more educational, tutorial focused? Do you want it to be more like yarn reviews? Do you want it to like, how are you helping people? And there's so many, I could literally spend like 5 hours on this topic because I just feel like there's so much to say in the sense of what you could do and how you could do it. So finding your voice, what's comfortable for you. What do you think you could talk about or things you could talk about for hours and never get bored of it? You know, for me, I've tried different styles and you guys have possibly seen this on my channel. If you have been longtime followers of mine, you've probably seen me try different things. Oh, session number 1 is done, guys. Session number 1 is done. I'm going to now put on the 5-minute transition. So don't freak out. The 5-minute transition is for you to find a good pausing, stopping place on project number 1. If you're really close to finishing a row, or if you're really close to coming to a good place to pause, go ahead and make it there. Just keep going with project number 1 with what you're working on. Just find a good place to pause, to stop. When you get there, fold your project up nice and neatly, put it away nice and neatly. Again, I made this transition process so that there's no stress, there's no anxiety. There's just a very nice transition. And then if you need to grab something to drink, which I highly encourage, please stay hydrated. I'm into flavored water at the moment. If you need to use the restroom, you have an opportunity, like, transition. And then grab project 2, get yourself all comfy cozy, ready for session number 2. If you want to start on project number 2 right now, by all means, go for it. No one's stopping you. But I just want you to know what this transition is for. Okay, so someone starting a new channel, consistency, 100%. Write your list of 100 different videos that you would love to make a video on. This will help you with staying consistent because you won't have those brain fog moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get a video out. What could I possibly make a video on? I don't know. And then you just kind of like just don't make something, right? So having that list is super helpful. Listen to your audience, listen to the comments. Would they like you to do something? And you make that choice and try to stay true to you. If they try to ask you to go left field and you're like, that doesn't feel authentic to me, that doesn't feel like something I would be good at, or that doesn't feel like something that I would have a strong presence on, then you can always respond being like, thank you so much for asking. I'm so flattered for you asking. I don't feel like I would be the best at providing that for you, but check out other creators, and best of luck to you on your journey. Because I have tried to provide content to people that I always want to be there for people. It's something that's like, it's in my soul. I want to help people so bad that I actually put myself in situations where I put too much on my plate because I want to help everybody. Um, but there's been some topics I've wanted to help people with, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to figure it out so that way I can make the video so I can help somebody. And so, whatever you want to do with your journey, listen to the people. They will guide you, they will direct you, but also stay authentic to yourself. And try to try to reply to every comment, especially in the beginning. It's super important. Oh, Mary, thank you so much. Not sleepy today. Yes, you look beautiful today. Thank you. I put myself together today. I felt like putting myself together today. We got 1 minute and 15 seconds left before we start session number 2. Mwah, Mary, thank you so much. Love you, girl. Where was I? Yeah, when you're in the beginning of your channel, try to respond to every comment possible because it's good for the algorithm. Unfortunately for me, it I do the best I can at this point. I get hundreds of comments a day, and I do my best to try to keep up with them, especially when I also have comments on Instagram, comments on Facebook, my website, Etsy. I'm kind of got I wear a lot of hats. I kind of got my hands in a lot of things. So keeping up with everybody can be challenging, but I do the best that I can. But it's great for the algorithm if you can. And anything else? Depending, gosh, it's also depending on your content. Um, it's all in how you view it too. I view, okay, this is me, and you take it however you want to. Okay. I have a teacher background. I actually have a college bachelor's degree to be a teacher. I love to be a teacher. I love to be helpful. I love to teach. I love to educate. It's just where my passion is. Okay. Transition's over. Session number 2 has begun. Here we go. Yay. Session number 2. There we go. There we go. So I just find more fulfillment in doing educational content. I also see YouTube as a search engine where people come to YouTube searching for something, searching for answers, searching for how to, searching for growth. And so I kind of go that way. What do people need help with? What would help benefit, lift people up, get them to the next stage of their journey? I'm all about crochet journey. You may see my sign up here, which is my own personal quote that I came up with, but I feel like everybody has a different crochet journey, and it's fascinating seeing how different everybody's individual crochet journey is. I love hearing your stories so much. It brings me so much joy. I'm fascinated by it. But other people are really into vloggy style where they just kind of sit, talk about yarn, talk about crochet hooks. I don't see that as searchable. And so you can absolutely do that kind of content, but I feel, this is just me personally, that kind of content it's fun and it's low key, still has to be edited. You still have to entertain the audience so they'll watch, but you're kind of always on the hamster wheel because you don't really produce content that is evergreen. And evergreen means 5 years from now, is somebody still going to want to watch that video? That's where I really love doing project tutorials, because I'm making evergreen videos where 5 years from now, somebody's going to be looking for a baby blanket, and the baby blanket tutorial I'm making right now might be something that they choose to make, So there's just so many different ways to look at the platform, so many different ways to create content. I think what I've heard, something super bit, I know this, I'll talk about this a lot because I'm hyper, what's the word? I want to help. I really, really want to help. And I try to educate myself on this a lot. just how I can be better for you guys, you know, how I can make my channel better for you guys. So I'm constantly trying to learn. For 2025, that's the funny thing. The last 4 years, guys, every year, YouTube has been very different for content creators. It's been like, what is it this year? What are we doing this year? How are people responding this year? Like, it's crazy. This year for 2025 is authenticity. That's like raw, being yourself, having not as polished content. That is what people seem to be drawn to a lot for 2025. So anyways, I've been on this topic a lot. If you want more help, more just information from me, girl, I mean, I could literally go on and on and on about that. You just ask me specific questions and I will do the best that I can. Okay. Going back now, I'm looking for question marks. Looking for question marks. La, la, la. We have 16 minutes. See, we're already in session 2, 16 minutes in. You're going to want to hang around for after session 2. We're going to do our nice stretch, and it feels oh so good. And then we will do session 3. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this goes so fast. Okay, Virginia. See, I get way hung up way in the back. Where did you get your giant wooden crochet hook, and what size is it? I love it. So, giant crochet hook. I had custom made my neighbor when we moved. So before we moved to this house right here, we only moved like one town over to downsize. And in our home that we lived in previously, our neighbor was a 3rd-generation carpenter. In fact, he's just about to kickstart his very own YouTube channel that I've been helping him with a little bit to try to get him off the ground, because he's a small business, like 3rd-generation craftsmanship, like it's a big deal. And I'm like, you've got to like spread this incredible knowledge that you have that's been passed down like generation to generation to generation. Like, you've got to make a channel. So he's going to be releasing a channel here soon. I'm very excited for him. But I asked him, I was like, can you make a giant crochet hook? Last year, for my very first crochet retreat that I hosted in Colorado, I wanted to have something there that people would want to take pictures with, you know, something crazy, something fun that people would be like, oh, I have to take a picture with that. And so I had this idea. I was like, can you make it? And he's like, let me see if I can. And he did it. And obviously, I don't know what size that is. Let's be crazy. You want to get crazy? You want to get crazy with me? Let's get crazy a little bit. But he said he would be willing to do special orders to make somebody one if they were interested. The only thing is, guys, you know, it's made by hand. So I think people get a little surprised by the price. And then shipping it. Like, so, but it's real wood. It's really heavy. It's real wood. And he did such an incredible job. And he put a coating around it. So it's going to last forever. Okay. So for a crochet hook, to determine the size of the crochet hook, it's just the diameter. Oops. Like, I'm banging it everywhere. It's just the diameter of the hook. I don't want to keep I keep hitting things. Okay. We got 12 minutes and 53 seconds. Okay. Let's measure this. Okay. It is, so if I were to, yeah, we're going to go with this. So it's 5¼ inches. So it hit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. So it hit right at 5¼ inches in diameter right here. Somebody in the comments or in the chat, tell me what that is in millimeters, because that is the size crochet hook it would be, because we don't do crochet hooks in inches. We do it in millimeters. Notice like 5 millimeter, 5.5 millimeter millimeters. But I've never done that before. Thank you for asking. There you go. But his when his YouTube channel is ready to go, and if anyone would love to just ask about a special request, I will share his channel with people so they can reach him easy. And he, of course, is willing, and he's completely capable of making something smaller. So it doesn't have to be this tall. It can be shorter. It doesn't have to be as thick. It can be thinner. So yeah, just customize. Cool. 10 minutes and 55 seconds of session number 2. Where did you get the giant crochet hook? I got that one from Virginia. I'm way up here, guys. Again, I'm looking for question marks before the text as my quick eye scan. Do you do this every Wednesday? Yes. It's very important to me that I stay consistent with this so people can just get a rhythm of when I'm going to go live for the Wednesday WIP knockouts. And can just don't even need to wait for that live thing notification to show up. You can just even put it in your phone, and I'm going to be here every single Wednesday, unless I will, if I can't make it a Wednesday, I will put a comment in my community here on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, there on the top of my YouTube channel, I'll say like videos, playlists, and then community. And community is kind of like a Facebook type deal where I can put updates or notifications. If I'm not going to do a Wednesday WIP knockout, I'll put in there, I can't make it this week. But so far, I've managed to make it every Wednesday for a long time. And I'm so happy that people are finding it. Okay, Brittany says, could you say hi to my cousin? Maybe. She is a first timer. Yes. But she likes being a fly on the wall. Totally get it. See, the thing is, Brittany, like, hello, cousin. You didn't put their name. So, hello, cousin. And now start it with a question mark because I'm like quickly scanning. What is your email address? Oh, great question. So it's info. Here, I'll even put it in the chat. It's info, INFO, at crochetwithtiffany.com. Move my cursor. There we go. Oh. I'm going to plug this in. Now, before things get dicey. Don't want my computer to die on me. Okay. We've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes of session number 2. You guys are doing great. Hopefully you're hyper focusing on your project, not even looking up at your screen, like kicking butt, chiseling away at your project, making that forward progress to finishing it up. All right. Again, if I miss your question, I'm really trying not to. I'm so behind already that I'm quickly trying to scan. Just re-ask your question. Stacy says, how long have you had your crochet club? So I've actually had it for quite a while. I started my brand new crochet club on my website back in 2023 when I started the 2023 temperature sampler blanket project. I kind of kicked off my crochet club with that project, so that way I could have a different location for to be even more connected with people. It's a very, very special space. I do have a membership here on YouTube, but it's my loyal supporters. I am hoping I have an idea of how I can um, bring something special to all of you loyal supporters, thanking you for actually being loyal supporters. But if you loyal supporters here on my YouTube channel membership, you get access to exclusive emojis during my lives. So please just be obnoxious and go crazy with those. Use like take advantage of those during any of my lives. Like you got those exclusive emojis. You get a discount on my website, uh, products like patterns, merch, stuff like that. And then I think that's all for the moment. But I want to add one more thing in there, just as a big thank you for being a loyal supporter. My crochet club membership on my website, that's huge. We do so much. I mean, it's insane how much we do over there. We do a lot of engagement, a lot of activities. There's a lot of things to do, whether you want to engage or you just want to kind of like peek in and see things. I do exclusive content over there. We have weekly live Zoom meetings where you can either join the Zoom and it's like we're all in the same room together and I can see you and I can hear you and it's so cool. Or you can be the fly on the wall, view it like a live, like we're doing right here, whatever you're comfortable with. We do that weekly. We have contests, we play games, we we're about to do a crochet along together over there. There is like people ask specific how-tos topics that I feature during our lives, and I do little like lessons and learning. We have lots of different categories. We have a crochet book club over there. We have, oh my gosh, there's so much. I'm going off of memory. Events. There's just a lot. You've got to check it out. It's great. Okay. Kelly, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left of session number 2. Kelly says, does it cost anything to make your own YouTube videos or being live showing your patterns? That's what's awesome is it doesn't cost anything to have a YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything to post, to go live. It's all free, which is fantastic. It's a great way to just kind of share things with the world. So that part's awesome. The only, I mean, to post any video doesn't cost anything. If you want to like edit, somebody just asked the time, 3 minutes and 35 seconds. If you want to edit the videos, the editing software costs money. If you want to have better sound, better audio, if you want to have better lighting, if you want to have better quality of video, I mean, there's way to upgrade. But honestly, nowadays, your iPhone or your cell phone by itself is incredible. You could literally just make videos off of your cell phone and be fine. Stacy says, what is your preferred joining method? Ooh. I have a couple, and it really depends on the project. So if I want the project to lay flat, like be a very smooth join, I really like the slip stitching into the back loop only from the front. I love that stitch a lot. I think it's really pretty. If I want something more pronounced, I love doing the crab stitch or the reverse single crochet stitch. I think it's beautiful. It's one of my favorites. And it just has that beautiful pop. If I'm concerned about the different pieces aligning well, then I really like what I did last year in 2024 with that zigzag join. So I guess it really depends on the project and what I'm envisioning for it, what I want from it. So I'd say those. 1 minute and 40 seconds left of session number 2. Oh, Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Give you that shout out. That's 133.35 millimeters. Woo! Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to write that down and then I'm going to like figure out what multiple letter that would be. So 133.35 millimeters. Crochet hook. Because if a 10 millimeters, like an NP, 25 millimeter, I don't remember what letter that is. ST. I'll have to look at that and see like what duplicate letter that would be, like quadruple A or something like that, you know. 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and remove my Lori pillow real quick. Go get ready for the stretch session. Can you share a video on all these joining methods? Some you have shared. I know others I do not. Stacy, I actually have videos for these already. There's 2 particular videos. Video 1 is about to go off. Is my 7 different joining methods video. Okay, session 2 has just ended, guys. For those of you watching the replay, I'm going to put 2 minutes. 2-minute transition. So if you have been actively working on a project for session 2, just find that really good stopping, pausing place. And when you find that good stopping, pausing place, put your project away nice and neatly, and then just stand up. That's the least I'm going to ask you to do, is just stand up. Okay. And so I'm going to do that myself, and I'm going to rearrange my camera so that way you can see better. There we go. Lift you up. There we go. Whoop. Okay, no, too far or too close. That'll work. Okay. Move you out of the way. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Everybody, like I mentioned, if you have found your pausing, stopping place, please just stand up, stand with me. That in itself is doing so much more than you know. Okay. Oh, sorry, Stacy. It's the 7 joining methods. It's an older video, but I was extremely thorough, showing both how to start, how to cross or add additional pieces, how to end, and then how to cross. Being very thorough with that. I have another one where it's if you go on my channel and you search, like put that little eyeglass thing and do joining, then you'll probably find my other video, which is 3 of my favorite joining methods. And then if you want to just have an idea of other joins, yeah, it'll come up if you just search for join, because then you'll see my 2024 joining method. That's the zigzag one. And I'm actually about to show you this weekend for 3, 2, 1. And okay, transition is over. This weekend, when I'm showing you how to join the 4 panels for the Navigator Lapgam project, the collaboration project I'm doing with Bonnie, I'll be showing the crab stitch, reverse single crochet stitch, and how to incorporate that with the 4 the 4 panels. So if you are curious to see how that's done, I'm going to be showing that this weekend. So I hope that helps. Okay, before I get into any more of the chat, because you guys are awesome and you guys have been chatting it up with me and I love it. Give me so much to work off of. We're going to now do a stretch together because we have just been sitting for 50 minutes. The first few minutes, the first 5 minutes before we started our first session, then our first 20-minute session, 5-minute transition, second 20-minute session, that's 50 minutes right there. And it's highly recommended that you take a break, a pause every 40 to 60 minutes while you're crocheting. So that way you can help your body with its circulation, help prevent those aches and pains from happening. It's huge health benefits for you to do this. And I know we rarely do it. And so I'm trying to make an extra emphasis on the point while I'm spending time with you every Wednesday. And I try to shake it up a little bit. So the stretches that we're going to do today, I got 5. We're going to start with the neck. Then I'm going to work or stretch our upper chest, upper back. Then after that, we're going to do wrists, palms, fingers, and then our lower back. All right, you ready? And please, if you know I am showing a stretch that you cannot do because your body physically cannot do it, or you start to feel pain, please, please, please substitute the stretch in for something that you can do. I am not a doctor or a physical therapist. I am just a crocheter trying to help spread health and positivity. So if you need to substitute something in, please do. The whole point of this section right now is just for you to move your body to help bring some homeostasis, some balance to your body, so that way you can just keep crocheting for longer and not experiencing those aches and pains. All right, so the deep neck stretch is one that I love so, so much. Start by putting your left hand or right hand, this hand, whatever you see, this hand on your hip, then take your other hand to the side of your head, and then just gently guide your head over. And once you find a place where your head just naturally stops, because we're not going to force anything, then go ahead and take your hand that's on your hip and just go ahead and straighten that hand, and you'll feel an even deeper stretch right there. That feels so good. This is one of my favorite stretches. And just hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. And if you love this stretch, you're more than welcome to hold it for even longer, whatever you feel like you need. And put your hand back on your waist, release your hand, and straighten your head. Now let's do the other side, putting your other hand on your waist, other hand on the side of your head, and just gently guide your head over. Ooh, felt that. And once you find your head can't go any further, take your hand that's on your waist and straighten it out for an even deeper stretch. It feels so good. Yes. Then put your hand back on your waist. Release your hand that's on your head so you can straighten your head. And next stretch is done. Next stretch we're going to do is going to help with our upper chest and our upper back. Also help with the shoulders a little bit. We're going to do a windmill where we cross our hands in front. So making an X shape. X, bring them over your head. And then once you get about here, bend your elbows back like that. Like you're trying to pinch your shoulders together, like that. This is going to open up our chest, and it's going to help our back, and it's going to help our shoulders. So let's do that again. And it doesn't matter which arm goes on top. So forward, up, right here, and W, back. There's 2. We're going to do 5. Forward, up, and back. There's 3. Forward, up, back. There's 4. Forward, up, back, and there's 5. If you like this stretch, you're more than welcome to do more. And then release. Okay, wrist rolls. I do these often when I've been crocheting for a long time. Even if I don't stand up, I will pause and I'll just kind of do some wrist rolls and go either direction. They feel really nice, especially when we are just in one position for so long. Feels good to just give yourself a nice wrist roll. However much you think you need. Next stretch I find myself doing often without even realizing it. It's called finger flashes. So just kind of like opening your fingers as wide as you possibly can, extending them out so that way, like, I can't make my fingers go out anymore. And then just flash, flash, flash. Do like 5 to 10. This is great, again, when we're just cramping our fingers like this. You start to feel a lot of pain, a lot of cramping. So doing the opposite, having your fingers go in the opposite direction just feels really, really good. And it's a nice kind of refresher for your hands. Last stretch that we're going to do is just a twist. And again, if you cannot twist because maybe you have back surgery or there's some other kind of issue, find something else that you can do that's going to help your lower back to feel better, because we just sat in that C curve, especially if you don't have something that's helping to prop you up. That lower back is going to need to go the opposite direction. Okay. So I'm going to keep my hips straight and bring my hands out. I'm just going to turn one way and then turn the other way. There's one. I'm going to do 5. Twist and twist. There's 2. Twist and twist. There's 3. Twist and twist. There's 4. Twist and twist. There's 5. And that's it. We're done with our stretches. Again, this doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be strenuous. It doesn't have to last a long time. It's just a way for us to kind of get our bodies back to like reversing the action of our bodies that we were just in for 50 minutes. It's good for our bodies to just kind of move to help our blood circulation, our oxygen circulation, and prevent aches and pains that are like parts of our body that are in a position that it doesn't really like for long extended periods of time. We're just giving it a break, and then we can jump right back into it. That's all it asks. Like, just give me a break, man. Just give me a break. Okay. Now we're going to jump right into our last session. Session number 3. Grab project number 3 and begin. It's easy for you to just quickly like go from stretching to sitting and working. I need to now like reposition my camera and everything. so I'm going to get that started while you're jumping right into it. And like I mentioned, this time seems to go so fast. There's that. And there. And I look forever away. So I'm going to just bring it just a little bit because we don't need to get creepy. There we go. Awesome. Okay. That felt really good. Did you guys like that? I'm curious what stretches you like. I try to mix it up. There's not a lot of options, to be honest. I've Googled different stretches for the parts of our body that I try to target. And there's just not like a lot of options out there, but I try to do different things every week. So it's not like the same thing, same boring thing. Yeah. Gonna jump right into finishing. I'm really close to getting to the bottom of these comments, which is exciting. Brittany says, are you eating something in the Valentine's Day competition? Eating or entering? I have a feeling you meant entering. No, I do not enter into the contests because this is all for my crochet club members. I've thought about it, but I also the number of projects that I have at any given time, I don't have a lot of time for stuff on the side. So unfortunately, I would love to have some random projects on the side that I'd love to just kind of tinker with, but at the moment it's not possible for me. I am hoping though 2025, I'm hoping to I'm hoping to complete a lot of the projects that I have accumulated over the last 5 years. There's been a lot of things that I've wanted to do with you guys, and I feel bad because I will promise a project, but I am not able to get it done fast enough. And then I have to put it off to the side and I have to replace it with something because, again, consistency is such a big deal here on YouTube. I need to have a video ready to go. And if a project's taking too long, then it might end up just kind of like getting tossed to the side. And then I feel bad because I was promising a project with you guys, like the top that I promised to do a long time ago, and it doesn't happen. And I'm like, oh man, it started. It's like deep into that project, but it's still like on hold because I couldn't get it done fast enough. And then that's happened multiple times. I have quite a few projects that I think you guys would absolutely love that I would really like to just finish and be able to bring to you. And so there's a lot of WIPs that I have personally at home that I just want to finish. So 2025, I would love to wrap up and finish as many of those projects that I can so that in 2026 I can start 2026 with a real clean slate of my own creative freedom, I guess, if that makes sense. But I also, again, I love making things and doing things with you. All of my tutorials here on YouTube, and then I have the exclusive crochet along projects that I'm doing with you guys in the membership. And then I have a course that I am creating, and I would love to. I have a lot of aspirations, a lot of goals. Yeah, there's just a lot. There's a lot. I am so incredibly busy behind the scenes. People just don't even know. But I love it. I think that's the thing, is I love what I do so much that it's hard for me to stop. And so, I mean, I don't think a lot of you guys know this, but I literally work from like the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed every day. Every day. I don't have a weekend. What's a weekend? I have no idea what a weekend is. What is a weekend? Like literally, I work from like 8 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, sometimes 8 o'clock at night, just with all the things that I do. But I love it. I mean, it's work, but it's hard to stop because I love it. Use the big furry blanket yarn. For what? Use the big furry blanket yarn. Virginia, elaborate, because you have question marks and I need help. I'm in your website now. There is a lot of useful stuff. Oh, thank you. That's my goal. And I have a lot more that I want to do. What time this weekend? If you're this weekend. If you're talking about the crochet club, we probably have a Saturday coffee and crochet meeting that will be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Texas time. So whatever time zone you're in. I love to do at least 2 Saturday meetups a month for people that can't make it Wednesdays because it's too late, for my international crowd, because I have a few people from the UK that love to join in, but they need it earlier in the day because of the time zone. And it's just chill. It's so chill. So Barbara, hi Barbara, says I cast on 193 stitches of the 2023 crochet along. Okay, temperature blanket. My stitch count is now at 188. What can I do? I'm supposed to have 192. Okay, since you're so close, you can probably do a loophole. And what I mean by loophole, I mean, because you are so close to how many stitches that you need to be at, so like 4 stitches away, 4, maybe 5. What I would do is I would find out exactly how many stitches you are away from the number you want to be at. If that's 5, then I would get 5 stitch markers and I would place each stitch marker like evenly distanced across your row. And then I would work a row, and whenever you hit a stitch marker, I would make an increased stitch or make 2 stitches in that 1 stitch spot. And this will get you back to count, and it will be evenly distributed. So it'll hopefully help everything smooth out. Something else you can do, because we want a gradual transition, because if it's a huge transition really close together, it will make a ripple, it'll make a bubble, it'll be very obvious. If you want to, you could do like 1 increased stitch somewhere randomly in the row for the next 5 rows. So you have like increase, then next row, increase somewhere else, the next row, increase somewhere else, next row. And that way you're just kind of slowly getting back to that stitch count you want. But super easy to just, especially if you're that close, to just sneak some increased stitches in there. I don't know where you're at. And if you need to, you can always increase like this 1 increased stitch at like the beginning or end of a row, if that would be easiest. But yeah, that would be something that I would consider doing personally. Oh, Rose, I'm so happy. You're like, thanks, I needed that. Tracy says, Thursday, Tiffany throwdown to get your whips done. I love it. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. She says, we appreciate all that you do. I know you do, and that's, I love you guys, and so that's why it's another reason why I keep going. I put a lot on myself too, because I just want to be there for you guys, but it's because I care, for the large hook. Virginia, for the large hook. Oh, you're talking about the big furry yarn. It's funny because you're not the first person Virginia, you're not the first person to tell me to try to make something with that ginormous crochet hook. I've thought about it. It's been on my mind. There's a lot of different social media posts that I need to create. I need to make some more Mother Nature content because I love her. I have some ideas. Again, it's just doing it. I just got to do it. Especially like today, I put makeup on. Like the last 2 days, I haven't had any makeup on. And I was like, I look like a hot mess because, I work from home, and a lot of times I'm working on my computer doing stuff. And unless I'm recording or being in front of people, I don't have, that's when I have makeup on. It's funny because my family would be like, you record today? Like, yep. But I need to make some Mother Nature content. I need to make some more temperature blanket content. I want to keep motivating you guys. That's a long project. It's a long commitment, and I want to just keep you guys motivated. And I have a lot of questions. I was going to mention that. I think it was yesterday in my Instagram and my Facebook. I posted a question, or I made a post in my Instagram and Facebook asking if you guys had any crochet, yarn, or YouTube related questions. And I don't know if I'd make a video on it though. I don't know if I'd do that because it's so radically not my niche to make a video on having a YouTube channel. I'm more than happy to answer questions, but I don't know if I could make a video on it because it'd be so jarring for the algorithm. Like, what are you doing? But if you go to my Instagram or Facebook and you pop in a question, I am going to be using a lot of that for inspiration posts, and also there's been quite a few questions on there that merit a deep dive of information, and I am inspired to make full videos to really help answer some of the questions that are on there. So I only mention that to all of you in case you have some idea, a video that I could make, not a project, because believe me, my request list for projects is like 5 pages long. I love that so many of you have special requests for projects. It's really flattering that you guys would like have special projects you would love me to make videos on. Like I mentioned, it's like a mile long. And so I let people know, like, I'll add it to the list, but I can't make any promises. That's 7 minutes exactly for session number 3. Virginia says, if I want to make a dishcloth, is cotton the best yarn? 100%. 100%. So in regards to washcloths, they're going to get wet. Cotton yarn works fantastic with water. It's absorbent and it dries out very naturally. It doesn't break down. It holds its shape. It holds its stitch structure. And in general, because it is absorbent, it absorbs water. It functions really well with water. Acrylic does not. Like, we can wash acrylic in the washer and dryer, and it will be okay for a little while. You don't want to wash it excessively because acrylic does break down. Also, acrylic yarn felts. And so if you use it excessively in water, it kind of becomes a lumpy mess. And it doesn't feel right. Acrylic yarn used in water, it doesn't function the way you would want it to function. And so 100% all day long, cotton, you could use a cotton blend. So cotton acrylic blend, because that cotton will hold its own. Or anything really plant-based, I think, is going to do well. So if you wanted to go fancy and use bamboo or one of the kobu, trubu kind of yarns, you could do that. But yeah, cotton, 100%. Oh, thank you so much, Fran. I really love that. She says, I can only imagine what you do. You're amazing. Well, you guys lift me up. You're the reason why I do it. Getting the afternoon sleepies. Bean. I understand. We're almost done. 4 minutes and 45 seconds. No worries, Nessa. I love that you're here in general. It makes me happy to see you pipe in. Thank you so much for saying hi. I think she's talking about the joining video that you said would come out this weekend. What time is it coming out? Good question. Thank you, Fran, for clarifying. I'm releasing the video on YouTube at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's when I'm releasing the video. And then the right-handed version on my main channel. I'm going to release the left-handed version on my left-handed channel. If you didn't know that, I do have left-handed videos that I have a whole separate left-handed channel for. And I will release that one a little bit after 9, because if I release them at the same time, then it confuses people and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? And it confuses the algorithm. So I just kind of have them staggered a little bit, but I'll be releasing both the right and left-handed version Saturday morning. It's 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, so let me see if there's another question before I go deeper into that. All right, so if I missed your question, please ask again. I've reached the bottom of the chat. Oh, there we go. Disgrace Queen. What is the best velvet size 5 yarn that has a lot of colors? Ooh, I'd have to research. Anybody in the chat know? Please help me out. Do you guys know everybody, everybody watching. And if you're watching the replay, you still qualify. Please say something in the comment section below. What is the best velvet size 5 yarn that has a lot of colors? Honestly, if I were to go seek out information, my first go-to would be Herrschners.com. And let me type it because it's spelled really weird. Herrsch, N-E-R apostrophe S. No apostrophe for the website. Herrschners. Herrschners.com. They also have little pamphlets. They're amazing. They have a huge variety. They have Premier. They have Lion Brand. They have Red Heart. They kind of are like a go-to for a lot of different brands. But they have different velvet options. And so that would be where I would go first. That would be my first spot that I would seek. But I don't know. I don't play with a lot of velvet yarn. I have made things with velvet yarn, but there is so much yarn that there's just so much different yarn to play with. I have not played with everything, and that would be cool, but there's just so much. There's no way. So I hope that helps. Brittany says, does anyone who is entering butterfly? Oh, you're so sweet, Brittany. She's asking about the in my crochet club tonight. We're doing our Valentine's Day crochet contest where there'll be 2 winners, 2 prizes. Anyone that would love to, who is not a crochet club member, I do have a 7-day free trial. If you would like to pop in tonight for our Wednesday crafters gathering, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be doing our Valentine's Day crochet contest tonight, and everyone who's watching is voting. So I don't pick the winner. I don't feel comfortable picking the winner. So I let everybody everybody pitches in, joins in, and votes using a Google form. So it's even anonymous. And then that's how the winners are picked. Next month, we are doing a St. Patrick's Day crochet contest. And then the month after that, we're doing an Easter crochet contest. So I've got contest, like coming crazy. I have a calendar in the crochet contest so people can forecast ahead to see what's coming. So if they want to skip like St. Patrick's Day and they just want to jump right into starting to work on Easter, they can do that. But I try to have pretty substantial prizes, very special experience, and it's a lot of fun. So it's just one of the things that we do. And session number 3 is over. It is done, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm not done talking. If you have come for your 3 20-minute sessions, congratulations. We have just completed all 3 20-minute sessions. And I'm just so grateful for you to be here. I hope that you got some forward progress in your projects, that you were able to, chisel away a little bit at each one of your WIPs, and you feel really good about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know I started talking about something and my ADHD brain just totally squirrel momented, and I don't remember. I'm going to watch the replay. I'm sure I will. And I'll come back to the end here and I'll find where I started talking about something and then lost my train of thought, and I'll bring it I'll bring it next week and I'll continue that on. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Those of you in the crochet club, I will see you tonight. It's going to be so much fun checking out what people made to enter into the contest. Everybody else, I hope you enjoy my video coming out Saturday. It is the last video, wrapping up the Navigator Lapgan. I hope that you're enjoying that project. It's been such a joy and a blessing to be able to have this collaboration with Bonnie Barker. Other than that, guys, I hope to see you next Wednesday for another WIP Wednesday Knockout. Take care. I love you guys. Bye, everybody.